Hello everyone, welcome to CouchCast. In this new podcast series, we'll be talking about different subjects such as reviews, stories, and just random topics in general. For the first episode, I'll be doing a quick review of the short film Uncharted, which recently came out and is based on the popular game franchise of the same name. The film stars Nathan Fillion and Stephen Lang. I'll be sure to put the link to the film itself in the description of this episode, so go watch it. Please. Seriously, it's fantastic. Especially if you're a fan of the game franchise itself, and as well as the fact that you will probably not really know what I'm talking about for most of this podcast episode if you don't watch it, so I highly recommend it. This film has an astounding amount of quality and charm to it for a fan film. It also stars Nathan Fillion as the protagonist Nathan Drake, which is who the fans of the popular franchise wanted for the live-action version of the character, and for this, their dreams came true. Nolan North, who voiced Nathan Drake in the games, captured the snarky essence of the character perfectly. It was like a match made in heaven, so to speak. Nathan's comedic aspect is very well implemented in the film too, and doesn't feel too forced. Some jokes actually genuinely made me chuckle from time to time in the film, so that's always a plus, since I don't really find that stuff funny most of the time. At times though, Fillion portrays Drake in a way that makes him feel a little different. Like, in a way that makes him seem like someone trying to be Nathan Drake, if that makes sense. For about 70% of the film though, he did feel like the live-action embodiment of the character in the flesh. The action in the short film is awesome. The cleverly choreographed fight scene that takes place in the film a little way through it has the comedy and action on point. A scene where Drake pulls the ponytail of one of the goons off and throws it in disgust is wonderfully comedic and adds to the charm of the character and his surroundings. Some of the fighting in the scene almost feels like slapstick. I mean, yeah, sure, that's not how it is in the games, but something about it still feels so Nathan Drake-y. There are also some genuine badass moments in the fight scene too. Something that I am also quite fond of. I mean, who wouldn't be fond of badass fight scenes? In short though, Nathan Fillion is the perfect pick for Nathan Drake in a live-action flick based on the franchise, as he has the quirkiness, snarkiness, and the perfect attitude for the character. To be honest, I feel like something such as this short film could be implemented and made into an actual series on a streaming service such as Netflix, especially since the film itself ends on a cliffhanger. Unfortunately, this will more than likely not happen, as an Uncharted film starring Spider-Man Homecoming's Tom Holland as a younger Drake is in production at the moment. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but still I have my doubts about the film. At the moment, the film that is in the works is called Uncharted Drake's Fortune. This name may change over time, but this is all that we have at the moment. I do have really high hopes for Tom though. His performance as Spider-Man in the recent Marvel films were fantastic in my opinion. He plays the part as Peter Parker fantastically. I feel like he's going to make it big in the future, and that the Uncharted film he's currently going to star in is going to be interesting to say the least. Back to the fan film itself though. Stephen Lang's performance as Nathan's dear friend and fellow thief Victor Sully Sullivan was quite interesting to say the least. As much as I enjoyed his performance by Stephen Lang, I didn't feel the same charm I got from the original game. The Sully in the film felt a lot more tough and harsh than the original in my opinion. Nonetheless, I believe Lang's performance as Sully was near perfect. I still loved his dark sense of humor and badass cigar. Near the end of the film, there's a scene where Drake jumps out of a nearby window and lands on the concrete below. As he gets back up, he mutters, "Just like old times," as the camera then swings to the back of Drake as a throwback to the gameplay style of the actual games, which is a third-person camera that hangs behind the character's shoulder. I absolutely adored this scene. It makes me think that the directors of this film really did respect the original source and wanted to make something special to commemorate it. You can tell how much love that the director Alan Ungar had for the game franchise. Seeing things such as this film give me hope for what type of media that video games and their stories can be implemented into, such as shows and films. This is a fantastic example of what can come from a director that truly loves what they're making. I truly hope someone will notice how much effort was put into this film and make something bigger out of it. And hey, Naughty Dog, the creators of the game franchise, noticed the film and praised it. So, that's always a start. Well, it looks like we're running out of time for this episode of CouchCast, so next week, a new episode may be released. Maybe even sooner than that, so stay tuned. And also, please give me your feedback below of what you think of this new series. If you like it, if you hate it, if you want something different for me to talk about, if you want different people to talk, if you want more people, stuff like that. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for tuning into this week's episode of CouchCast, and we'll see you soon.